started, I'd like you to do a little exercise with me. Take a nice deep breath. So back to the Underlord. You were making a very important point that I was definitely listening to.
I think that Fiend's Gate is one of the least utilized abilities in Dota. This is a very underrated ability. I've seen Refresher and then backdooring in like 3 seconds.
Wow, they're really wanting this bounty run. Aster will take it, and it looks like Fishman is going to take the most damage out of this engagement, but he will live. As Baboka blocked off by that fissure. I agree. Fiend's Gate is a very cool ability.
Yeah, he's going
somewhat close. Top lane, Ori, TP's and Fissure to set things up. The fire something a little bit of damage to Monet, but this looks like Kataomi will fall with one more zip, but he pops that Fairy Fire. Another right click, but he saves himself. But Ori has to fully commit to this, but the Blood Right is there, and Monet and company will get first blood.
Storm Spirit bad because the mana cost is so high in all of his abilities now without null talismans. Like, there's nothing to rectify that, but you need something to jump Wyvern, especially Kataomi on Wyvern, like Baboka.
Yep, he's going to get Malefice with some creeps beating him down as well. And Baboka looks to be dead. His creep's not able to save him this time. Stormstormer right click. He's going to go down. Fishman gets credit for that. And Stormstormer with a huge kill onto Ori. That's a solo kill. He pretty much non-existent. It was very even, but that'll certainly help Stormstormer out, as you'll see another Avalanche catching Siamese Cat. Gets a nice enchant totem, but he's going to get tossed in the air, and as we've seen before, Earthshaker in this early stage can be a bit pathetic at times. Top lane, we're going to see a zip in from Ori, and here comes the Dawnbreaker ult. The Saberlight going to get stunned and brought down despite the cold embrace coming out. Stormstormer and Ori looking for it. It's going to be bottled by Stormstormer. It's an arcane thrown into a black hole and a toss. Great timing here from Entity, baiting Ori out, and that is the second death of the Storm Spirit. There's end here as Ori TPing in. Yeah, they're going to zip right away. Avalanche comes out. Dawnbreaker ult coming. Stormstormer is going to get, whoop, nice Nightmare dodge on that, but I'm not sure it's going to help him. No black hole to help with. So Stormstormer looks to be mega dead. And again, a nice potential save there, but it's not going to happen as Saberlight actually use his Fiend's Gate. I'm just going to get the hell out back to top lane. Well, that's the good thing about that ult, is you can just change your mind, you know?
He came in, and Monet ruptured him, and then he's like, oh shit, I'm ruptured, I have to go back. Oh, Fishman has no grip, but he has some... Is there any smoke coming into this?
No, he's going to show himself now. There's the Nightmare. Some right clicks off, as you can see Baboka on the other side of the trees, and Fishman kind of changing his mind. He's going to get Hurricane, though, into the hammer. Starbreaker not even needed, though. He's actually going to fall back as the Fiend's Gate is shown, and that means Saber Chat is here to save the day. Avatos finishes off Baboka, and XXS looks to be potentially next on the list, but Kataomi not able to find the curse in time, and Saberlight, well, back where he came from.
Reduce the Bane spells on you.
Yeah. Saberlight is getting initiated on. You can see the Wyvern TPing in. Has the curse available. Saberlight gets Hurricane onto the other side. The Avatar's on top of the curse, though, so no damage really done, and Saberlight is likely going to die here. Another zip in from Ori. He's adamant, and Toby gets the black hole with a nice dodge from Ori. There's only one inside, and it's XXS. Toby, cold embrace, not going to save him. Saberlight able to get out. A nice angle play coming out from Siamese Cat. They find 3, so only Saberlight will live out of this engagement and into the Fiend's Gate. Monet could follow him up, but either way for Aster, which is usually not the case for Tiny snowballing potential, because Stormstormer got off to an amazing start. They're going to smoke up, find Monet, Avatos to start things out. Ori at half health. He's going to pop his BKB, though, and there's the grip of the Dawnbreaker ult and the Fissure canceling that immediately. Big Starbreaker coming out as XXS deletes 2 heroes from Entity. And Kataomi try to cold embrace himself as Ori just focusing on Saberlight, who's going inside his ult, but it's canceled. Triple kill for XXS, and Aster find 4. It's just the first Roche, so not the end of the world. When that second Roche goes down, where you really see the snowball.
It forces Ori to have, like, detection.
Yeah, that could be hard to come by. It's Fishman. He's going to get a Nightmare off, but it's likely going to fall. But a nice ult comes out from Kataomi to try to save some space here for Fishman to get out. Toby comes in with the black hole. The grip on top of Ori as well. The hand of God will be enough. He's going to pop his BKB and zip back onto Fishman. Fishman, so a good attempt from Entity, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade to start this out, and Saberlight will fall. So,
was he using that on creeps? Was it creeps?
Potentially. Monet, his smoke's going to be broken with Saberlight there as well. The curse comes out onto 2. Not that much damage done, but it sets up a nice potential black hole here from Toby. But where's the damage output afterwards? The PKBs are just popped now. Echo's time coming out. Fishman's going to get saved for the time being, but again, Entity just crumbling in this fight. Stormstormer does find one in the form of Siamese Cat, but it's going to cost him his own life on Stormstormer.
That may have actually been a better fight for Entity. Ooh, Saberlight.
Light, full Starbreaker connects, Blood Right. He dodged here. And again, the Firestorm does a lot of damage. XXX trying to get his ult off just to reposition himself. He'll be successful, but the counter zipping from Ori, the bash from Monet. Cold Embrace saving Saberlight for the time being, but he's going to continue to get right-clicked by Monet. XXX not able to hit that Starbreaker, but Ori, he gets the kill. Grip ends up getting canceled.
Was coming.
Maybe there's an addition to that. As we're going to see the Avatar from Stormstormer. Ori at half HP. The black hole is there. Dawnbreaker goes right into the black hole himself. But again, no damage follow-up at all. Monet just focusing down Stormstormer. Very easy kill for him. And 2 more dead for Entity. Make it 3. Saberlight, the only member up for Entity. And they have lost fight after fight after fight. And who gets the shard? I believe XXS already has one, along with Monet. So Ori, he's going to get the overload, or the electric vortex.
Sentry on the tower. This is going to be the big fight.
Yeah, Monet gets off his rupture on the Stormstormer, pops the BKB, but the cancellation of the Fiend's Grip again, and just like that, Saberlight Fishmen are dead. Buy back into the game. Midnight Pulse, not doing that much. Stormstormer trying to get away. You can see the Soul Guardian coming as well, not going to connect fully, but Ori just pushing everybody from Entity back into their fountain as XXS. Doesn't even matter anymore. GGs are called. Aster shellacking here in game number 1.
Okay, well, Aster, man, they just worked Entity in these team fights. They just outskilled them, outclassed them.
Some mainstays, if you will, with the Storm Spirit coming out early.
There's a lot of like layering of the Wyvern Curse and the Black Hole in the last game, and that was enough to make them lose faith in it. As well as I think Ori on Storm. This hero kind of dismantles the Wyvern, so they just let it all the way through.
Yeah, I don't know if it lowered their confidence necessarily, but obviously Aster knows how to play against it, right? They drafted a lot of things last game to try to punish it, and they did successfully. We're going to see Saberlight playing the Position 1 Beastmaster, which again, is like no other team.
The Rubik is, of course, a greedy 4.
Yeah, talk to me about the Rubik pick. Obviously, Black Hole.
It's amazing, this game. I mean, every single hero has a spell that you want to steal. That's Fishman.
Yeah, he's taking some damage. Nightmare comes out for Fishman. He's taking a lot of damage from his swashbuckle. He pops the Fairy Fire. It's going to be a right-click battle. First Blood actually goes the way of Entity, just barely. And XXS being forced out a bit now. Has his shield crash. Swashbuckle up in a few seconds. And Saberlight just trying to bully him out of lane for now, but Entity can be happy with at least getting the First Blood bounty and the XP.
Yeah, Saberlight, he's actually closing in on his level 6. Stormstormer, also level 6, looking for this rune.
Gets it in. Ori gets off the electric vortex. Now the focus is on the Kataomi, though. Gets off the jump. Onto the high ground he goes. I don't think they can pursue any further. Stormstormer gets a nice toss onto Baboka onto the high ground. Telekinesis trying to save his own life, but Baboka getting chased. There's the grave again for Siamese Cat. Seen this so many times this tournament. The tree decapitates him from afar. Nice pickup there from Stormstormer. Going for more, though. Gets the avalanche. Another toss in close to the tower range with a zip it from Ori. They're going to get punished. So Kataomi falls. And Siamese Cat, one more right click will do it from Stormstormer. Illusion rune for him to deny here. Fishman with the Nightmare. It's going to set up the Avatos from Stormstormer. Baboka gets off the Telekinesis, gets the double stun as a result. Avalanche only going to connect on the Storm Spirit, but Ori has to zip away. At the very least, Baboka falls in favor of Entity.
Stormstormer
stack here. Up in mid lane, we're going to have some action. Avalanche there from Stormstormer, but Ori's going to be perfectly fine. The first roll comes out from Saberlight, so no grave for Siamese Cat. XXS gets a nice rolling thunder. Actually going to connect on two heroes. Stormstormer getting really low. Good nightmare, but there's the black hole to try to counteract it and save Stormstormer. It'll be successful, and they'll turn it around. 3 items. This could be a big kill for Entity. Stormstormer finds Monet. Avalanche toss. There's the grip to follow. TP's coming in on the outpost. It's going to be a bit slow. Monet gets graved at the last moment from Siamese Cat, and he's probably just going to go back and farm. But the rest of Entity might want to fight. They're going to get the roar off to start things out. Onto XXS is the concoction coming from Monet. At the very least, Ori drops to the deck. And XXS actually taking a lot of right-click damage. Has to be careful, even in that rolling thunder form. An Entity, they want to smoke up again. They still have the black hole. As Ori in the triangle. The catch up from that last death. Siamese Cat posturing to try to save the Alchemist, but instead, they're going to find Ori again. 30 seconds of no storm, and that is another painful death for Ori, as Siamese Cat's going to be the collateral here as well. So Entity really upping the ante. They have taken several towers now.
This too, they've got a Hawk there. Looks like they're going to actually go for a kill elsewhere.
Yep, Fishman.
They have the grip.
Nightmare into the Avatar from Stormstormer, and the Thunder God Draft is enough to delete XXS.
He's gripped.
It's Ori. He's going to get gripped after initiating onto Fishman himself. Stormstormer, will he have his cooldowns? No. Just a couple seconds off. They could potentially pursue Avalanche. Toss with Taumi in the area, and the Thunderbolt is enough. So Ori's greed bites him in the ass.
It all rides on this Pango with the Blink Dagger, but he's countered 3 abilities on the enemy side. Oh, this ward again.
Yeah, that's an early gem.
He's got a gem.
Oh, Nightmare.
And the ward again.
The Entity are in the area. A gem pickup. Even the dive bomb coming out. Axe is coming in, but Ori wants to defend this with all his heart. And they're going to turn this around to Saberlight. Monet finally gets some right clicks down, but there's the roll. What the hell are these ultimates on top of each other? Full grip onto Monet, but he's going to live for now. Avatos with the nice grave coming out as well, but he is horribly surrounded. Actually goes down to the jump from Kataomi. So Entity punishing this pretty hard. They do lose Saberlight. I'm over here. Question is, who got the gem? Did it drop? That's Baboka. He's going to get taken out here for one more right click. Triple kill for Kataomi of all heroes. XXS. He's going to roll up thanks to that shard, but it's not going to keep him alive as Entity. They get the gem, they get the fight, and they still have Aegis. Having the Aegis for another minute. Stormstormer coming in, he gets off the Avalanche. Off as well, Baboka just barely lives, and it's going to be turned around now. But again, this is just the Aegis. The question is, does Entity have the numbers? Rolling Thunder still continuing. Saberlight coming in, looking for a potential roar target. Gets it off onto Monet as Ori. Ori has to zip back to base as Monet pops his early BKB. Concoction coming off as Stormstormer able to finish off Baboka. And now Monet getting chased by these disgusting creeps is already 3 dead for Aster. And this might be GG territory. Monet dies in his own base. Buyback onto Ori. That's going to be a dieback for him. 50 seconds of Storm Spirit done. 3-2-2 accomplished as well for Entity.
A smoke out happening here from Aster because look at the creeps in the base. It's so obvious with where those are positioned. They're pinging it. They know.
Yep, Storm. Oh, Monet. They're going to be spotted. Grip comes out already. Look at this Pango just dying inside the grip. Gets roared after the fact, and Monet dies as well as Entity continuing to absolutely spank Aster right now.
They call it. They call it.
So this is indeed going to a game number 3. This one was not remotely close. But Entity certainly coming back with a vengeance. I mean, we talked about this before. The Shellac game 1, the Shellac game 2 means
game 3 is going to be dope. Game 3 is going to be good. Yeah. No, Entity, they...
rule inside the pit or something and run out, and it's like, it's just so easy for them.
Ruled. There's not really much that you can do about that. You just throw up the tiny. If Stormstormer... Oh, they're actually doing some cheeky play here with Baboka on the high ground.
Yeah, he's going to try to trap them in with a fissure, and Stormstormer's going to be the one the recipient here. He's going to take a lot of damage with that poison touch continuing to stack along with the sticky goo, but will it be enough to get the kill? Another right click? No. Stormstormer does survive, but he's the mid. Refill available as Stormstormer doesn't even have one yet. He actually came from the bot lane anyway, so wouldn't be able to refill it regardless. But Toby just gets destroyed. First blood for Aster.
Toby's level 1. He might die too.
Yeah, I think he is definitely dead. Pops the wand, and that picks up the DD. And Nightmare. It's going to be a chase on the Fishman, who's blocked off by the Fissure, so Baboka and company will be able to get their second kill of the game. Thing is happening, although Monet's the one that's actually caught off guard. TP's coming in, but the Centaur stop coming out. Nice grave from Siamese Cat, and Saberlight probably just forced to try to right-click through this. They do find Monet, but it's going to be the cost of Saberlight. The Primal Split coming out will lead to a second kill for Aster. As Kataomi, he gets lifted the last second by XXS. So the first Primal Split used to full effect, although Kataomi jumps to the high ground.
Got him,
and now blocked in by the Fissure. And it's going to be a slow death for him, one way or the other. Gets off some spells in the meantime, and a high five to boot. Link, so just playing it safe. As Toby and company will get Fissure to start things out, but XXS gets up the Primal Split into an instant grip on the side of Entity, so punished completely. As Aster lose their offlaner, and it looks like Siamese Cat will be next, although he's going to get his grave off. Likely will just delay the inevitable.
We are in Arlington as well.
Yep, this is Texas, USA land. Fishman, he is all over the place, this guy. Look at the vision that they have. He gets the Nightmare off. Saberlight's here as well. You can see some reinforcements coming for Aster, but I don't know if this is going to be in time. Dooming the dash before the grave can come out. They're going to find the DP and Saberlight and Kataomi teaming up for the second kill. So this is their opportunity to get one. And they will do so as Monet will have his Ags. And XXS already has his, so huge timing for Aster. Anybody, considering he is mega tanky and has the Aegis, will in fact take the outpost in the face of Entity. But there's the Doom initiation onto the Brewmaster. He looks to be dead right off the bat of this fight, and the Grip just completely segregating Monet from his team. That's going to be the first life for him, as one more right click should do it. And Ori forced to TP out as the Exorcism comes back. And now Monet completely surrounded. Avatos, Spirit Vessel applied, and Entity, even against an Aegis, just terrific fight. To get that Blink Dagger, actually opting to go to the other side, and XXX is going to break the smoke. Saberlight comes in, but no Doom onto the Brewmaster, who gets the Primal Split off. Actually lifts another member of Entity up in the air. Saberlight just trying to run away at this point to waste some time. Stun onto Toby, force staff to the high ground, just barely makes it. Silence comes in from Ori, I should say. Obviously does not have the Exorcism to work with. Primal Split again goes off thanks to the Aghanim Scepter, as Toby getting gone out completely by Ori. That's the first death, but Doom applied to Ori himself, but the rest of Entity not able to really close the gap here. So the BKB from Saberlight used from defensive measure, as the Enchant Totem actually cancels the TP from Stormstormer, as a deny comes out onto Ori, who ends up dying to his team. Monet, though, ends up dropping. So nice pickup here from Entity, as they found 3. Baboka looks to be next on the list, so Entity kind of waiting out this Primal Split. They lose only Toby, and XXX, without anything else to his disposal, would be dropped as well. Right now. So that's going to break things up for Aster, who get nothing out of it. Stormstormer's actually see it now. XXS, okay, might be going for this bait as the Avatos comes in from Stormstormer, but the Enchant Totem immediately. Ori, he's going to get Infernal Bladed and Doom. He's just going to drop here in all likelihood. Gets the Lotus Obroth though. And they're going to turn this around to Stormstormer instead. So Doom's still not off cooldown. So Aster able to get a valuable kill as the chase continues. Ground, yeah, they can tell that Toby is in this area. Another smoke. Toby just looking to break these smokes.
Yeah, he's got buyback. He's just trying to be suicidal here.
Fissure starts things out, but it's on the wrong side as Ori already pops the Exorcism. So if Entity can try to defend this while this Exorcism is up, it'd be a good time for them to go in. But Ori fully committing to the Roche. This is Roche number 2 with the Shard. As Toby, he can see very clearly because of these wards. Gets off the Poison Nova. They're going to focus down Fishman to start this out, and he's dead. No buyback. And Stormstorm gets a big avalanche toss onto Dazzle. But that is a dead support on both sides. Doom applied to Ori, who still has the Exorcism up. Trying to go to the high ground. Katomi trying to finish him off in his own space as Monet. He's trying to get the Roshan. The Aegis finally gets picked up by him along with the Roche kill itself. And now he's just doing so much damage. Infernal Blade applied to him, but already 2 dead for Entity. The Aegis advantage for Aster, but this could be the end of the Aegis at the very least. Indeed it is. Now Saberlight Company might have to get out. Fissure onto the high ground. Shiva's is popping. It looks like Saberlight might be coming to an end here. He's going to get jumped now by Baboka to get this finishing move. So 3 kills for Aster. Obviously the Aegis was consumed. Is very farmed at the moment. And from XXS's perspective, obviously still working on the refresher as Stormstormer. He's going to get a quick pickup on Siamese Cat. But Saberlight pops the BKB. They have the Doom applied to the Brewmaster, so Entity winning this fight handily. Baboka trying to get away. Limping away right now, but being pursued by Saberlight. One more right click should do it if he gets off this Infernal Blade. Knowing that he's dead, he's just trying to expend all those spells. Monet, he's all alone right now, but TP's coming in. Avatos, Saberlight, looking to finish off Monet, but he's going to find the distance here. Exo popped by Ori now. And Entity not afraid to continue on as Ashivas has popped the avalanche toss to follow. Double toss, in fact, as Ori just drops.
Alive.
They haven't needed it yet, that is for sure.
I don't even know if he's gotten it off yet. It's kind of hard to notice.
Saberlight, the Doom comes out right off the bat, but it's reflected thanks to the Lotus Orb. And Bristle not afraid of this fight at all. And see the Echo Slam used by Baboka. Stormstorm with the BKB on the other side of the fissure. XXS finally gets off the Primal Split. Fishman is his target right now, but the Bristle's dead as Stormstormer finishes him off, but it's going to be a trade for his own life. But you can see damage being applied now to Ori, and he gets taken out relatively early in the fight as well. Toby continuing to get pursued by the Primal Split. Nice save. The Lotus Orb applied to him now. Now the XXS's ult is running out. We'll have to try to hightail away. Not the Thunderbolt, keeping Siamese Cat in place, but a nice fissure from Baboka with the Enchant Totem to follow, slows Entity down enough.
Suicide and then buyback.
Yep, potentially. Kataomi, likely have Nimbus here soon. Fissure coming out, not really doing too much. In fact, kind of blocking his own way a bit. The Primal Split is popped. Try to take out Fishman. This pesky Bane has been the bane of Aster's existence, and he will die. Does have buyback, though, as Toby does get up the Poison Nova. The Avalanche Thought from Stormstormer, focusing on the Dazzle, but he's going to live. Siamese Cat gets off the grave on himself as Stormstormer now. He's the one that has to be careful, attempting to TP out. Double kill for Ori, takes him out. 3 dead. Entity, they're going to buy back into this game as Saberlight falls as well. Will he expend his buyback? And Ori lives throughout the second Doom, and now Entity losing a big chunk of their lead here. And even the buyback on the Siamese Cat.
I think Aster probably wants to go fight
this. He actually brought back into the river. Spirit Vessel applied.
He's gripped. It's up again.
He is gripped, and oh, the avalanche comes in and cancels the fissure. That's 2 dead for Aster. It looks like this is going to go the way of Aster. Nimbus a little too late. Wow, that's actually really annoying.
That's pretty good, yeah. That's sick. Although he's not cast
from Entity. There's they're going to try to go on to the Brewmaster. The toss is there. Will he get up his ult? You can see he is graved, and the Primal Split comes through, and that forces Entity to BKB TP. Stormstormer does get away as Saberlight got off his Doom and actually used the refresher as well.
Toby's stuck.
Toby is mega dead.
Just like that. Yep, he's done with that. Nobody's TPing out in front of him again.
Yeah, that would have been pretty rough. As Saberlight actually still wants to fight. Gets off Doom, but Lotus Orb is going to reflect a bit here. You can see Bristleback is more than healthy. Saberlight taking most of the damage as the Primal Split continue to kind of segregate this fight. Stormstormer coming with the Avalanche Toss, but he's going to get crushed in the meantime, and Saberlight will die as well. They do have buybacks en masse, and they'll have to use them. Kataomi completely out of mana. Again, these Brew Spirits are doing whatever the hell they want. The Grave onto Brew, onto the Bristleback from Monet is perfectly fine. Double kill for Baboka. And Aster starting to run away with this fight. 4 buybacks from Entity. The Hairball comes out to slow the pursuit. And it's up now. That is very uphill battle for Entity now. Monet with the Aegis. Who the hell gets the Ags at this point? Baboka, he's going to be jumping around. And they need this to go flawlessly.
That is a Hail Mary.
Monet We're going to see them thanks to the Thunder God's Wrath. Avalanche is there, but Monet already with the Lotus and the BKB. Sableye trying to get off his load. He does so successfully on the DP with the refresher to follow, but he's falling so low, he's going to be brought down. 120 seconds of no Saberlight. No buyback whatsoever as the Poison Nova comes out, but he's just dropped to his knees. Buyback now from Baboka. And Fishman in the trees. This looks to be the last-ditch effort for Entity, as Stormer not going to get back by Monet, so does TP back successfully, but again, nothing to fear from Aster because they have everything. Aegis, 2 Cheese, Refresher, Shard, and only 2 enemies against them, and getting top 4 at this tournament.
There's no way they defend this. It's impossible with these 2 heroes alive. They're just going to go straight throne.
Yeah, I'm just focusing on the tier 4s now as Dackle ends up dying here. The Stormer, but we'll buy back because they've kept all their buybacks at this point. And GG is called. Aster secures top 4 at the Arlington Major and drop Entity in the process.
Yeah, Entity, they went for the Hail Mary at the end there, but Aster, their positioning was too perfect. They had all of their heroes in the trees that could have been jumped in the back line.